So we come to you at a time of mourning for the Reader's Digest. Once hugely popular magazine that's apparently gone bankrupt and certainly stopped publishing in the UK, not sure about everywhere else. And I have actually looked at a recent issue or two and decided it wasn't for us. It was full of, obviously they think the demographic is very much old people, and therefore virtually every article seemed to be about health and dying in some way or other. Or death prevention, which I don't know, I am old, but it's not like a hobby. I don't think, leisure time, let's do some old stuff.
Being old.
Anyway, yeah, it's gone. I got some old ones for nostalgia reasons. So I bought a stack of 10 from 1965, which I was alive then, but I think I was probably a little bit young to enjoy, a profile of Nikolai Khrushchev or understand the nuances of the humour in uniform column. But a few years later, it was coming into our house looking pretty much like this, very distinctive. The list of stories on the front, picture sort of starts a little bit on there, wraps around onto the back, and essentially the same content. So it was obviously very formulaic, and I do remember it as a kid. So bit of a dive into an issue. Let's see what we find. 1965, Reader's Digest, Reader '(S). So there's a reader. So who is this reader? What sort of things will they like? Well, one thing they like is tobacco, pipe tobacco. Look at these beauties. I mean, not just the colour really popping out, but the beauty of the tin's fantastic. And there's a lot of stuff for, the man, including the man of pipe smoking. You get some humorous articles, a little story about a woman who takes in some students. Get these people out of my cellar. Travel. So your reader was a bit of a traveller. New England. This year, share the vigorous fun of New England. Newport, Rhode Island Jazz Festival. That'd be rigorous. Vigorous. Be vigorous.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. You've got lots of little clips. So the idea of the Reader's Digest, the concept was a bit like Tidbits. It's taking bits and pieces from the best of writing. So you get it all in one package.
Pre-chewed.
No need to hunt. Yes, pre-chewed and dropped into your gaping maw. And lots of advertising, including these advertising features that look the same as the articles. At what age does a woman's complexion look its loveliest? Now, I've never known anybody do this. A delicate skin will rejoice with a rich reward of radiant beauty by combining 2 tablespoons of warm, fresh milk with a tablespoon of oil of Ulay. What?
Do you drink it?
Now, then you rub it on.
Rub it on?
Until you feel it is clear, clean and pure. Stroke the balance of the liquid over your skin, and then you go to bed with milk on you.
Milk on your face. For those who've only recently joined us, milk is in fact milk.
Yeah, milk. 007 shoes, somehow. Shoes for the man of the world. Impeccable Bond-worthy styles. And we're getting a sense of the man. He's got his pipe. He's got his James Bond shoes.
He's got his wife with milk on her face.
You could join that. Yes, to not follow that to its logical conclusion. You could become one of the martini people. Join the martini people. Life's not what you do, it's how you do it.
I bet they don't have milk on their faces.
So these are suburban alcoholics by the look of it. They do everything with extra flair. It's also repeated 3 times. The headline's repeated to mirror the being prone to repeating everything the way heavy drinkers are. Things My Wife Drags Home.
Oh,
It's a sort of humorous article, but it's one thing that's interesting about it. It's about a woman who likes upcycling, doesn't call it that. And he's like, you spent 13 shillings on a bath. But one thing she buys is a wagon wheel and does a classic 60s thing. Turn a wagon wheel into a table. Oh. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Having When Harry Met Sally flashback.
Another fabulous advert for Bry Nylon.
Is that John Hamm?
Yes, he wrote the advertising copy. So there's a lot of man-made fabrics being extolled here. These clothes probably still exist, looking exactly like they did then. Nescafe Blend 37, only recently discontinued. The idea is it's sort of continental blend with there's a postcard. Taste it again. Encore, encore. The different instant coffee. Viva Il Beano. So there's a lot of excitement shown. Unfeasible levels of excitement for the products. Cider. Not to be drunk in the park exactly. It's adds bite to a hazy afternoon. Men and women not only think differently, they drink differently. Strongbow is male.
Aye.
So way to limit the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's a lovely. It's hard to leaf through because it's full of weird little fold-outs, perforated articles, and then they're advertising their own stuff because Reader's Digest was as much a direct marketing operation as a magazine. You had things like their atlases and guidebooks and whatnot, and of course the condensed books. Examine this magnificent volume for free. It contains 4 memorable books. Well, I'll have some of that action. Good. Another sign of the times. Here's ICI, the chemical conglomerate, telling you about their great contribution to agriculture, particularly some kind of weed killer called gramoxone, destroys the old sward, but ceases to be active as soon as it touches the soil.
I wonder.
Article about Dante, the poet of hope. Latest ways with birth control. What else have we got? Atomic energy. You know, again, it's the signs of the times, isn't it? You get adverts for booze, and then my favourite bit, which is really an article in it, an article almost like a story. Bylines with Alison Gray. Mm-hmm. So this is an advertising feature, regular, but it's written as narrative by this Alison Gray. Was she real? Was she made up? Who can say? But she's a real person talking directly to you, giving you advice. So here we are in a late May issue. How pleasant it is to be able to write about outdoor things this month. Fishing, suntan lotions, swimming pools, etc. because summer's really here. It must be if Midsummer's Day is June the 24th, the old debate. Not that the housewife can drop everything when the sun shines, so Bylines has ideas for the home, for catering and for health and beauty too. I hope you'll find my pages good reading this month and will take up my offers also. So, lazing on the beach, thing about holiday tummy. With luck, you'll be sunbathing. So there's a lot of deployment of italics, bold italics, capital letters, and a great forest of exclamation marks. Because she's very enthusiastic. Another double-page spread of Alison Gray's bylines. You'll be interested to know, says the disembodied head of Alison Gray, you'll be interested to know that the Digest now has 1 million subscribers. More than any other magazine in Britain. I think these days nothing has a million subscribers except some dibbock on YouTube. And also the fact it was a subscriber-based magazine is probably why the covers were as they were, because it was showing up in the post. You didn't have to decide to buy it. There it was, giving you the content straight away. The Gurkhas are upon you. Anyway, yes, many of you have been writing to bylines for years. I'm now Dear Alison, and I like it. When I was young and had no money, this is one of the classic plots, isn't it? Cinderella, rags to riches. When I was young and had no money, I read about a soap that did marvels for the skin, but was too expensive for me to afford. One day I'll get it, I promised to myself. And today I use that same soap, Neutrogena.
Oh,
and what's
fancy.
more, I've obtained samples of it for you to try! Exclamation mark. Not like other soaps. It's so mild, so pure, so different, it's patented. It's both non-acid and non-alkaline.
How can this be?
Maybe it doesn't exist.
Neutral, then.
It means it cleanses without upsetting the delicate chemical balance of skin. So for baby skin or any sensitive skin, it's the ideal. And its penetrating lather soon clears up spots and pimples, boon for teenagers. Moving on, don't have woodworm worries. Want to put a zip into something you're repairing? If so, ask for lightning zip. You'll have no trouble getting the right type in the right shade and the right size. You can't beat them for reliability. And you get little pictures with all of these as well. It's the best thing ever. Save £1 a year. Swap your spark plugs for Spitfire jet igniters. Instead of a single spark, you get 3 long, strong flames. See!
That sounds...
It sounds a bit
positively
dangerous. Yeah,
dangerous.
Result, faster starting, extra power, up to 15% more miles per gallon. Away with grey in your hair. Eating is
the grey
fun.
got there because you were worried about your spark plugs.
Eating is fun, dieting is dreary. Say people who are too fat. And I agree, but you can slim and enjoy all your meals if you eat the right foods in the right amounts. That's why the Primula, which is cheese spread, the Primula Guide to Good Eating and Healthy Living for all the family is a free booklet you must send for.
That's cheese, the spreadable cheese that's equal parts something that might be cheese and something that is sugar.
Yeah, well, it's the
tastes.
60s. We needed sugar.
We
We'd got
needed
through the
sugar in
war. We'd got through
everything.
rationing. We were catching up with the sugar.
No good
Here's a
from it.
cookbook that's a boon for mothers of young families, wives with jobs, bedsitter girls, anyone who's busy. It's called Cooking for a Busy Day and contains over 150 recipes in which Campbell's soups show their versatility. Practically all the recipes take under an hour to cook. A swimming pool of your own for £48. Have you got a bad memory?
Can't remember.
Then there's another 2 pages of these. Secret of turning a meal into a banquet is Tabasco sauce. When you feel depressed, snap at the family, never have energy for anything, you wonder what's wrong. It could be your nerves. And when they play up, do things play up anymore? Anyway, when they play up, a lack of vitamin B is usually the cause. Vitamin B is the vital element in your food, which your nerves need. If you're not getting enough of it, your nerves suffer. The answer, tonic yeast. You got your holidays, you got Badidas, she's bathing again. I was first introduced to Badidas in Germany, or was it Badidas? For this luxurious bath gelée gets its name and recipe from the famous Baden-Baden spa. Now you can buy Badidas here. My favourite indulgence is to lie in its caressing foam, loving its forest fragrance and letting its natural tonics give me new life. Badidas has the most exhilarating health-making effect. There's extract of horse chestnut in it. Stimulates the circulation, and chlorophyll, which ensures that you're really fresh. And as the foam cleanses you without need of soap, your skin is all relaxed and satiny afterwards. Out this month, terrific value at 5 shillings, angling with British Petroleum. That's the answer to every angler's dream.
Yep.
Guide to where to find fishing. And then I'll stop in a minute. Oh, hang on. Gruyere cheese without the holes. But where do the holes go?
What?
It's Gruyere cheese without the holes and processed so that it keeps better. That's an advantage. They're not a dirty word.
No.
That's what Swiss Night is. If you haven't discovered this economical way of enjoying Swiss Gruyere yet, get a box of Swiss Night smartly in triangles. And this one I'm going to finish with. It seems to me coded in many ways and a sort of recipe for disaster. If you're young, up to 35, and are looking for a holiday where the sun shines hot, the beaches are good, and you can sail or snorkel as the fancy takes you, Mewis and Small's Mediterranean holidays are just what you want. He has villa parties. About a dozen people to a house. In Corsica, Sardinia, Elba and Florence, Venice and Greece. You get continental food cooked by English girls. And free wine. Free transport is laid on for sightseeing, as are underwater swimming togs and sail skiffs. The atmosphere is like a private house party. Fine for young families or unattacheds. All the travel by BAC Jets, 40 guineas. Write to me now for Mewis and Small's refreshingly candid brochure. Okay, I'll sign off now till June. Have a lovely time. Alison Gray, she must be real, she's got a signature.
I'm just going off to put milk and Ulay on my face.
Yes, see that you do.
Yeah.
Or
soaking me Adidas.
Yeah, well, you need that to wash the stuff off. You might as well get your Primula and your Swiss Night and daub them on you.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Okay, folks, see you soon.
Bye.